Let's see if I can push some of the water out. See, the dog likes to help me do it too. Come on, get out. The pigeons. Yes, we fly the pigeons. It was me and my 3 brothers, and we grew up with the pigeons back in the 60s, and my father used to be really into it. And we had about 3/4 of an acre with 4 coops on it. And when my mother was a nurse, and she used to leave us with my father to watch us, his idea was watching us was locking us in pigeon coops and screens so he could sit in the middle of the yard and watch the birds, and they were our roommates. Well, these are flying birds and the show birds. You do both with them. You let them out, you fly them. Okay, you get an hour out of them, you drop them, you put them in, and then you got the clubs where you could show different kinds of birds. The prizes aren't big, but it's just satisfaction on if you raise good birds during the year or not. I had this hobby probably. I'm 57. I probably had it about 45 years, off and on, whenever I could, because it's not just so easy to move into an apartment or a house and just have pigeons, because not everybody's into it. It used to be a lot more fun doing this though. You used to have like maybe 5 guys in the neighborhood with the birds, whereas now there's none. Yeah, I had the coop. I had probably about 600 birds at one time in this backyard here with a big 40-foot loft, and got tired of it. Just a lot of old friends were dying, so I was not interested anymore. It was like a bummer. I heard that Mike Tyson was going to have a show, so I flipped it on that night, and it was all about him with the pigeons and stuff like that. And within a week, I had a coop again. I had a coop, and I started going down to the same auctions that his guys hang out at and stuff, and I got right back into it. Didn't take long. Fell right into the spot that I left. This is, get away. This is to drop the other ones, the new ones. So it's not, when you let out your birds, and the whole action is to catch other guys' birds and give them back, sell them back, keep them. And, there was none of that anymore, because nobody has the birds anymore. Either they passed away or people just got out of it because, the problem with having the birds is you got to get permits and all that other stuff, and it just makes it a real nightmare, just to have birds. It's dying because the younger kids, like when I was young, there would be about 20 kids, young kids under the age of 15 getting into the birds, and now it's the parents don't want no part of it, again because of the permits and stuff like that, and it's a lot. They try to keep their kids into sports. They used to call this the poor man's hobby, because you could just slap some wood together and bring home some birds and have them, and people are just not into that anymore. The kids that aren't brought up this way. I can't get my own son into the birds. As much as I tried, he wasn't no part of it. I'm into it for the backyard enjoyment, flying them, showing them, breeding them, see what I could raise out of them. And, the friends that I have left, I, discuss with them over the phone. We have a good time. What'd you raise this year? What'd I raise? Buy 2 good birds for $100 a piece, and you raise garbage out of it. We back and forth, Where my father had the birds when he used to watch us when we were little, there had to be over 100 guys in the neighborhood. If you could just put a Saturday morning together, 100 guys letting all the different flocks of birds out and mixing and catching, that's a lot of action. You know, it makes the weekend go real fast, and it's very exciting, which is no longer, you know, it's not there no more. I would have liked to have my father still around to see, you know, what he thought of the breeds now and, you know, the way it was now. He was always fun into the birds. It's, you know, you got to really have it in your blood. You got to be into it, you know.
Do you think that this sport will ever come back?
No. It's on its way out fast. I'm the pigeon guy. I'm the pigeon guy in West Sayville.